Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. Today we are going to ask a question that Kylie left on our most recent Chris Proudfoot video, and it's a very intriguing question indeed. So as much as I don't want to, let's bring in the energy of Chris Proudfoot on the night that Sebastian Rogers went missing. And let's see what information Spirit can give us when we're asking some specific questions. So I'm going to start with the True Crime deck. We're going to ask about Chris's alibi. What was Chris doing the night Sebastian Rogers went missing? And then we are going to ask the question that Kylie has asked, which is, did Chris's brother, what's his name, Michael, I believe? Did he pose as Chris or cover for Chris, or did some friend or family member of his help him? But let's see, maybe he really was at work. Let's see what Spirit has to say. So, Chris Proudfoot, the night Sebastian Rogers disappeared, we have a man-made disaster. This is something going down in flames, okay? Maybe there was some sort of a disaster at the construction site, but let's see. Chris Proudfoot, the night Sebastian Rogers disappeared. Whoa, we have burial. The night Sebastian Rogers disappeared, please and thank you, Spirit. We have dating. Okay. And this isn't giving me KE energy because they're married. So unless they were having a date night, a secret date night at home, because I do feel like Chris could have found a way to be in 2 or even 3 places at once. Let's see. What was Chris doing the night Sebastian Rogers disappeared? This wants to fall. We have accomplice, partner in crime. This is giving me Chris and KE energy. We also have devil, which I'm not surprised if you've seen yesterday's reading. The devil came out numerous times in numerous forms. So whatever form Chris Proudfoot is in, he is still the devil in disguise underneath. So this is giving me a partner in crime, which could be Katie. We're also picking up energy around Nina and possibly a secret affair going on. Also, if they're in an open relationship, this could be casual dating thrown in amongst work and his stepson disappearing. It's just another day for Chris Proudfoot. So how did he manage to be doing all these things all in one night when he was supposed to be at work? So did he make a deal with a workmate? And it's like they're wearing the same getup. And this literally could be answering Kylie's question. Before we even get into it, back of deck we have assassination. And the look in this man's eyes is pure rage and contempt. I feel like this is how Chris looks when he's pissed off. So what pissed him off that night? What was he doing and who was helping him to do it? I want to specifically ask about Chris's brother, and then we're going to ask a bit more about location for Sebastian. And maybe it'll be in the same location that we got for Chris. So let's see. Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian Rogers. Can you give me a clear indication, yes or no answer, as to whether Chris and his brother swapped places? Did Chris's brother disguise as Chris the night Sebastian disappeared? Did he help with Chris's alibi? Did Chris's brother Michael help with the alibi? We have the 3 of Swords in reverse. A lack of healing, a lack of forgiveness, and a lack of sorrow and empathy. So they felt like Sebastian did something unforgivable, and they did something unforgivable. At least 3 family members. Let's see. Did Chris Proudfoot's brother, Michael, help Chris with his alibi that night? We have the 5 of Wands in reverse, overcoming conflict and beating the competition, overcoming annoyances. And we know who he considered the annoyance. Did Chris's brother disguise as Chris? And we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. So not a distraction and turning discontentment into an opportunity. So after a period of not knowing what to do, it's like an opportunity handed itself to Chris and his family. We have the Page of Swords, communication, truthful, outspoken. This is giving me Sebastian's energy. They wanted to silence Sebastian. They didn't want him to speak his truth. So was Chris's brother involved? I'm seeing the 10 of Swords, conflict. Let me see. Whoa! Okay, and these are jumping out now. Okay, so we have release, death, Scorpio energy, back of death, back of death, back of deck, the liar, cheating, the thief card, stealing a life with the death card. What fell? Oh, okay. An earthly messenger, a message could have been sent, and a transition, hope, and moving on. I feel like an area where there's hills, maybe someone has a boat, literally, the 2 of Wands. So yeah, it's like a planning or a lack thereof. And there is the outspoken child card. So it's telling me that there was no specific plan with his brother, but there was some sort of a plan put in place, a message. And because this is the back of their heads, it's a possibility, I would say, if they could get away with it and no one would look too closely. They weren't planning on the world looking so closely at Sebastian's case. So their lack of planning with certain things is apparent, and that's why Chris freaks out when he's confronted about it. So there's definitely a liar, a cheat, and a thief. And I do feel like it's Chris Proudfoot, but I do feel like he has maybe another female who's caught in this lie with him. Katie, his mother, and his siblings. So we won't be too specific, but definitely his family members know more. And this is making me think of his daughter, Faith. And it's like, here's the consequences of messing with me and my family. Because he didn't treat Sebastian as his own, even though he was supposed to. Yeah, okay, so the wrong choice. And the marriage card, yeah. And walking away, yeah. So I do feel like maybe he was afraid that Katie was going to walk away, or he was telling Katie he would walk away if something didn't change. And he made this change happen. A decision was made, and I feel like this was his mother kind of giving him not so wise counseling, and someone could have said to push this runaway theory. So let's see. Let's get the tea on Chris Proudfoot's alibi. But there was definitely some foul play that night by the foul feet. So let's see what the tea is. Oh, we have Queen Rising. This kind of looks like Katie. Let's see. We have always partying. So I do feel like somebody's drinking. Okay, so Chris Proudfoot, the night Sebastian disappeared. What can you tell us about Chris Proudfoot's alibi? What was really going on with Chris Proudfoot the night Sebastian Rogers disappeared? We have drama starter, setting the stage. This is kind of like a couple, but in the shadows, sneaking around, creeping around. Okay. What was Chris Proudfoot doing the night Sebastian disappeared? Ego getting in the way of a relationship. So ironically, it was Chris's ego getting in the way, but he projected that, blamed that on Sebastian, and said Sebastian was the drama starter. But this man is the one creeping and just being a dog on the streets. Yeah, we also have bad karma. So this is making me feel that Chris wanted to punish Sebastian, give him the consequences, bad karma. We also have fake accounts. This is making me think that he either left technology at his work site, or he had different accounts to sign in and out to so he could come and go without being noticed or even tracked on the tech. And he does this with KE2, hustling, focused on money, getting it, hustling. Okay. And we also have groupie. Okay. So I do feel like this man is a liar, a cheat, and a thief. Is there a chief of police? Does he make someone call him chief? It's making me think of him dressed up as the sheriff. We have haunted memories, flashback, trauma, side effects. So whatever Chris did that night, he is haunted by it, but he can't go back and change it now. That's why he has to defend his position. We also have giving money, and this is confirming that the Proudfoots do give money to people to keep their mouth shut, or they might get the bad karma too. They're not above taking people out. Allegedly, my opinion, my speculation, no facts here. We also have a screenshot. And yeah, these are all mixed up. But yeah, there's some sort of evidence. Ah! And there's an obsessive lover. So these are just all over the place. Yeah, but definitely, allegedly, corruption, money laundering I'm getting. Oof, this is messy. I don't know if I'm going to pull that many more cards. Oh, go on. You can tempt me. As Oscar Wilde says, I can resist everything except temptation. And yeah, maybe that's true for Chris Proudfoot. His ego is going to be his downfall, and that's going to be his bad karma. What he thinks makes him a winner is actually going to make him the biggest loser. So Chris Proudfoot, the night Sebastian disappeared, what was he feeling? Give us a glimpse, an insight into Chris's mind. GPS, he was traveling. He was on the road. Who was he with? Was he with an accomplice, a partner in crime? A glimpse into CP's mind, turning your back. Yeah, so behind Katie's back, thug, he was doing something that would get him arrested. Living in the moment. So instead of his life being a nightmare, it would be a dream, but it didn't work out like that. And now he's looking over his shoulder because he's worried that he's going to get caught. He knows there was evidence, screenshots left behind. They may have paid people and even threatened people to, delete footage, delete videos, neighbors possibly. And yeah, because this man is used to sneaking around, creeping around, and getting away with it. But not this time, motherfucker, allegedly. Secrets, we're going to expose them all. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like we've seen and said enough. Let's get a bit more on Sebastian's location, please and thank you. I'd do the dictionary if I knew where it was. So let's see. Somewhere out of the way, we have the night owl in reverse. And this says Danny's here, so Danny Guy could be significant, a couple. Maybe Chris meets his conquest flings in a bar. Someone mentioned in a comment he said to a woman something about, his stepson accidentally passing away. Yeah, but someone's creeping in the corner, and I do feel like one of the Proudfoots could have been, sitting in the corner of the Texas Roadhouse. Someone's watching or overseeing something. Yeah, because they want to be the winners, but they are going to be the biggest losers when they get exposed. Yeah. Oh, and this wants to come out the revolving door in reverse. Yeah, so this is a closed group. It's like once you go in, you can't come out. So Sebastian brought somewhere that he didn't leave from. Let's see. Chance. Sebastian's luck ran out and Chris felt like he won. We also have the rent-controlled apartment and money, catching money. And with this, if this is upside down, it's giving me either basement, annex, or attic vibes. Apartments can be up high, concrete, and maybe it's somewhere old. But even if they're renting this place out, it seems more so that it's a property they have and they don't really use, but now that they have evidence there, maybe they're keeping it to themselves and they're not renting it out, but they could have in the past, previously. Maybe one of Chris's family members lived here. We have menace creeping at the window. They wanted to hide the evidence. A body, allegedly, because Chris didn't want his deviant ways to come out, because if Sebastian could really say his piece, Chris would be in jail. And this is before this alleged disappearance / possible murder. What he was doing was criminal. And I'm just going to leave it there. And this is an S. An S could be significant. Blockchain. But something about money. And yeah, an explosion. It's like an implosion. Yeah, I'm thinking of the word implosion. So let's see if the dictionary can tell us more about Sebastian's location. Sebastian Rogers' location. Where did CP allegedly put Sebastian? Thank you, Spirit. We have pulsar, a star-like object emitting is significant, emitting radio signals, pulse, blood, pulverize, reduce to fine powder, destroy utterly, a puma, volcanic stone, pummel, pump, pumpkin. A pumpkin could be significant, punch. There was definitely physical violence, pungent, somewhere to hide, a pungent odor, somewhere no one goes, that's very secluded, very exact and particular. So yeah, definitely punch, alcohol, punk, punish. Katie is like the puppet on his string. He punished Sebastian to inflict retribution, severe. A flat-bottomed boat, that could be significant. Travel. Short-sighted. Pupil. A stage, setting the stage. Yeah, an in-between stage, puny. He wanted to make Sebastian feel small and puny. Puree, purge. Purple, purview, pursue, purse. So definitely money is significant. Push, pussy willow, pussyfoot. I feel like this is what he called Sebastian, the child. This man is very pushy, controlling when it comes to the push or shove. We need to call a spade a spade. He said that Sebastian was pushing his luck. and he made a decision for him, a concerted attack. Before an end came to his relationship, it was him or Sebastian, and definitely some sort of pusher. And this could have been significant when it comes to the Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, there it is again. Heart is significant. Soldiers, and him and Katie's Navy background is significant too. Yeah, so a purchase. This could be very significant. So if only we could look at all of their records and maybe even their banking and their estate records. If there's property and land, I'd like to have a look at them. So yeah, they weren't so conscientious about small details, and the ego thinking and assuming he will just get away with it will be his downfall, because as they say, when you assume, you make an ass of me and of you. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, CP. And before we go, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate your energy and your time. And let's let Chris Proudfoot take it away.
Enough is enough with you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yo, Christopher Proudfoot, short in his frame, but his tongue's like a blade spitting venom and shame. Verbal assault, yeah, he's bad and extreme. Tearing down women, living life so obscene. Backhands a kid, got the streets in a rage. A stepson gone missing, just 15 years of age. Sebastian's name echoes, where's the truth in the silence? While Chris keeps suggesting he is dark and he is violent. Katie sits silent, meek by his side. Tries to speak up, but her voice gets denied. He cuts her off quick like a king on his throne. Her body slumps back, she's a ghost in their home. This man's got a darkness, a storm in his soul. Speaking sexual violence, losing all his control. Illuminati live, yeah, he crossed every line. Advocating for suicide, man, his heart's out of time. Proudfoot, what's the deal with your rage? Caging up hearts, keeping pain on the stage. Women and kids, yo, they caught in your snare. While the world's looking on, keeping Sebastian in prayer. Proudfoot, shadows fall where you tread. Missing steps on crime from the words that you said. From the mic to the streets, yo, the truth's gonna sing. Chris Proudfoot, gonna hear the handcuffs clink. Christopher Proudfoot, the spotlight's on you for the pain that you've caused and the things that you do.